How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sunday, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it is Wednesday here on the show. And you know what that means? Tonight is Dynamite. And by God, we got 5 matches announced for the show. So we're going to go over the lineup for the show here tonight. Includes a bunch of Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Series matches. What does that mean? Well, we'll tell you about it here today on the show. Also got a Collision lineup because the same thing's going to be happening, plus SmackDown on Friday. Last night was NXT. They're building up to 2 weeks of NXT Gold Rush. And we'll tell you what's going to be happening on those shows. A lot of big shows coming up. Got updates on Drew McIntyre's contract. A bunch of injuries to talk about in both New Japan and AEW. WWE, we'll talk about what's going on with Ridge Holland. He did a social media post a couple of days ago, update on his situation. Tony Schiavone did an interview talking about this Hangman Page Halloween gimmick they did last week on the show. We'll tell you what he had to say about that. Marco Stunt, he's still working in this business, this little creep. We've also got Collision and SmackDown numbers. They finally did it. SmackDown finally dropped below 1 million viewers on the USA Network. We'll tell you what happened there. We've also got the World Tag League, which hopefully will be better than the Super Junior Tag League. We have John Cena's retirement, and who doesn't think he's actually going to retire? And, of course, the NXT TV report, and so much more. If you want to text Filthy Tom Lawler and I, well, today's your lucky day. 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. F4WOnline at gmail.com. F4W Online Threads, Instagram. Cameo. Get your Cameo today, everybody. And at Bryan Alvarez X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Granny, what have you got today?
Okay, everybody be quiet, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
What's the most musical part of a turkey? The drumsticks.
Ba-da-cha.
Hey, Google, you suck.
Well, I am still learning. What should we fix?
The guilt in the response.
Hey, Google, that's enough. Hey, Google.
Shut your hole.
Hey, Google.
Hi there, I'm listening.
Oh, jeez.
How can I help today?
Hey, Google. Shut up.
How can I be of service?
No, that won't quit.
God.
Hey, Google. No more. Stop.
This is how the war with the robots begins.
Name the hip-hop group that asked the question, are you down with OPP in 1992?
Granny, I will pay you $100 to read that again, please.
Yeah, can you read more?
Name the hip-hop group that asked the question, are you down with O period, P period, P period in 1992?
You somehow made it better. Oh, period. P
Stop the show
period.
now. We've peaked.
P period.
Please send those edits to Brian's email.
Are you down with O period, P period, P period? On the show The Big Bang Theory, Leonard and Sheldon are both physicists. What is there at what?
What the hell just happened right there?
Physicists?
Yes.
Physicists?
Yes.
Yeah. I lost my track.
You lost your crack.
You were at Sisyphus.
In what city was Nipar
Brooks.
Shakur shot and killed?
Excuse me, say that again.
In what city was Tupac?
Two-pack. Vegas.
Check.
Vegas Strip.
Yep.
Join us!
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, we got a trip to the Vegas Strip, by
Yeah.
the way.
You can get shot too.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Google, take a nap. Hey, Google, wake up. Hey, Google, are you awake?
Here's a YouTube music station called Are You Awake?
Hey, Google, stop!
Back at the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom Lawler's joining us here today. What's going on, Tom?
Same old, same old.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's really exciting.
Well, yeah,
all right.
I'm not here to, make
banter.
Stuff up. I'm here to report the
All
news.
we do is banter on this show. And we can banter about tonight's Dynamite. So there are 6 matches announced for the show because we now have a bunch of Blood and Guts Advantage Series matches. There are 6 of them coming up in the next couple days. Yes. What? So I thought the same thing because I thought you only need one advantage match because the winner of the advantage match. But no, it can never be simple with Tony Khan. So here's what they're doing. Tony Khan has announced a Blood and Guts Advantage battle. For the go-home editions of Dynamite and Collision, Blood and Guts is next week on television. There will be 2 best-of-3 series taking place to determine which teams have the advantage in both the men's and women's Blood and Guts matches. So basically, there are going to be 3 Blood and Guts matches. Actually, there will only officially be 2. The third is if needed. There will be 3 Blood and Guts matches, best of 3. Whichever team wins 2 of the 3 gets the advantage next week. Hey, we get matches on television.
What are the matches?
It's really quite simple, said Mike Tenay. All right, so tonight we have got for the Women's Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Series Match 1, Megan Bayne and Queen Aminata. For the Women's Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Series Match 2, Jamie Hayter and Sky Blue. For the Men's Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Series Match 1, Orange Cassidy and Claudio. Men's Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Series Match 2, Darby Allin versus Daniel Garcia. Then on Collision, and I guess really these are both just if necessary, we have Roderick Strong versus Jon Moxley in the Men's Blood and Guts Advantage Series Match 3. And we have got Harley Cameron and Tekla in the Women's Blood and Guts Advantage Series Match 3. So it sounds to me like the Jon Moxley's team will have the advantage in Blood and Guts, and Tekla's team will have the advantage in the Women's Blood and Guts.
They should just do clean sweeps.
Got that, everybody?
2-0 for the women, 2-0
and then just
for the
cancel
men.
Collision?
Well,
we got no
not cancel
matches for the show, so...
Well, that would be on par with virtually every other wrestling show that's ever on television, where you just go in with a bunch of empty time and seemingly hope the talent book themselves into matches throughout the night.
So then we've got the Mercedes Moné and Athena versus Babes of Wrath, women's tag team title first round. And we've also got Hangman, Hook, Eddie Kingston versus Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. My money is on Hook submitting Shibata. You hear me, everybody? So my money is on.
Do I need to contact IC360, the betting integrity partner?
Hey.
And see if this is on the
See
up
if
and
the
up?
odds swing. I don't have any inside information. My inside information is 99% of the time when it comes to who's winning matches in WWE. Actually, it's about 100% of the time in WWE and AEW. It's just, I know how these people book. A leopard doesn't change its spots. That's my prediction. So that's the show. And Tony Schiavone did an interview, which I thought was funny. He was basically talking about this Hangman Page deal. And I don't know if this is because Hangman came up with the idea, but Schiavone says, Hangman had talked to me about this for a couple of weeks. And I was like, sure, whatever you want to do, it's fine. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure what day it was going to happen. He had talked about it for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden it hit me. Of course, the Halloween edition. So it sounds like this was Hangman's idea. And he talked Tony into it. And Tony said that he and Page worked on handing off the tie and the jacket, but he objected to the padding added to Page's midsection, saying, I don't think I'm that fat. Then he was saying, I need to watch you walk to see how you walk. And I was walking backstage. He was watching me. Then he would start walking, I said, "You walk like an old man." I don't walk like an old man. And I thought, well, I am an old man. Maybe I do. So it happened. We had a lot of people help us out. So he said he was very skeptical about it, but it worked out. He pulled it off. Congratulations for that. The fans popped. It ended up being pretty cool. So it sounds like, they were in cahoots in real life and in storyline. So that Tony Schiavone better watch out on Dynamite this week, because Samoa Joe's coming to get him. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'd say that worked out pretty well. One of my favorite angles of the year.
Yeah. So you weren't spoiled watching it?
Spoiled? No.
You hear about it in advance?
No. Even, what?
What do you mean, what? Did you know what was going to happen before you watched it?
No.
Okay, I did. That's why I brought it up.
Oh.
I had it spoiled like 2 minutes before it happened. It couldn't have been at a worse time. But such is life. Drew McIntyre, according to Fightful, is re-signed. I think we've known that for a while. Probably going to remain until at least WrestleMania 2028. Recently, former WWE writer Vince Russo invited McIntyre to work for Juggalo Championship Wrestling when his deal expires. However, it says here, that doesn't seem to be the case for a long time. According to the report,
he would have to rip the title off of Matt Cardona, the current Juggalo Championship Wrestling champion.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow. So that means the linear champion who just beat someone just beat Cardona in
Well, he just
on
won
NXT.
It. He just won it.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Friday or something.
Oh, I see. All right. According to this report, Drew McIntyre had opened up about how he wanted to work Juggalo Championship Wrestling during his indie days, but it never ended up happening. So I guess Russo thought, well, maybe he'll leave WWE and come to work for the Juggalos.
That's wild, because you know who has main evented a Juggalo Championship Wrestling event?
Let me guess.
JCW Bloody Mania.
You?
Me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You headlined Bloody Mania?
Explode. Yes.
A guy who never cut himself, ever?
Exploding barbed wire steel cage match.
Wow.
Filthy Tom versus Matt Justice versus Josh Bishop versus Joey Janela.
Did you have to use the real barbed wire or the gimmick stuff?
Oh, it was real, baby.
Man.
There was so much glass and barf and sweat and
Excuse me, there was
else.
barf in the ring?
You ever been to one of these shows, brother?
Well, yeah, but usually the barf doesn't make it to the ring.
You seen some of the people who work these shows, brother?
All right. Got a bunch of injuries to talk about. Ishii is injured. New Japan announced on Wednesday, on October 22nd, at an AEW event in San Antonio, Texas, it said, Ishii sustained a dislocated right shoulder. He will miss action on forthcoming events, with his return to be determined. We apologize to fans who are looking forward to see him wrestle. Appreciate your understanding. New Japan fans join in wishing him a full and fast recovery. So what was the match? Wrestled 3 matches in AEW in October. On October 22nd at an AEW event. So what show was that? Was that the
He
John
wrestled
Moxley?
Pac. Pac was the last match he wrestled, remember?
October 7th. Wrestled 3 matches. Probably Pac, yeah. Might have been the Pac match. I'm trying to remember what happened in that match. Thing is, like, Ishii is so great at selling that whenever he sells an injury, I presume he's just working. But apparently this time he really dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, remember Pac won with a clothesline? And
Yeah.
people were like, that's weird.
I'm trying to remember what
that's
happened.
why.
All right, I'll look this up during the break and see if there's anything that was weird. But anyway, he's out of action. And also Brian Cage announced that after trying to avoid surgery and rehab, as it turns out he is going to need surgery on his right knee. He was trying therapy, Modalite, stem cells, peptides. Nothing worked, so he's going to need surgery. He's going to be out a while. And once he gets back, he'll be back on track and a better version of himself. And I think I can't figure out what's going on with El Clone. People have said he's injured, but I can't find any confirmation
that would be
he's
ironic, wouldn't it?
It sure would. We'll talk about this after the break. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Okay, can everyone hear it?
Yeah.
There's a mystery bell at Granny's house. She can't hear it. Take off your headphones for a second.
I had them on wrong anyway.
Okay.
I can't get them on right. What?
Take them off and listen.
You have in your elbow?
Is the fan on a computer?
Nothing.
All right. Well, this is going to be an exciting show.
Gonna have bells ringing through the whole thing, and it's every week. It's got to be me.
Do you have a neighbor that's an ice cream man
No,
practicing out there?
I got a neighbor that smokes marijuana.
I'm sure you do. I guess
Whatever that noise is, I mean, it's still going.
Yeah, it's not going to stop, dude.
Brian, do you want me to get off here and go see if open the door and see if there's anything out there?
You think something's out the front door?
Is he ringing the bell the entire time?
No, Granny, you don't.
Let me
need to-
in! Let me
it's
in!
It's fine. It's fine.
If it's death, don't open the door.
Thank you, Craig. This person thinks it's a stove timer.
Have you burned the roast?
No, I don't have a stove. You want me to just get off here?
No. We're going to barrel through it.
I'd love it.
You're not even doing anything. Granny, Nick says that you've got an old-fashioned analog alarm clock in Terry's bedroom.
I don't know. I got a new alarm clock, battery operated. Is that what she meant?
Well, whatever it is, it's going haywire right now.
Oh, it might be my alarm,
Do you think?
but it's way back in the bedroom.
Don't worry about it right now. But when the show's over, you might want to go...
That's what it is.
Okay.
Solve the mystery.
Is there a reason you didn't turn it off when it started ringing?
Well, I wasn't in there. I didn't.
Duh.
I took a nap. I took a nap and set the alarm. I thought I shut it off, but I probably didn't.
No.
You probably didn't.
That's life.
I would say with a good deal of certainty that you didn't turn it off.
Brian, that's life around here.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I do the show with Dave, too.
Say,
Hear all sorts of things in the background.
did I do that? You know,
Yeah, you did do that.
or I thought I did that, but I didn't.
in there.
I wake up and I see lights on, and I say, I didn't turn those lights on. What's going on?
Maybe the place is haunted.
Could be.
Okay.
It's my brain that's haunted.
Well, I hope not. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. All right, this is Shii is a frickin' maniac. Oh my god. So I didn't watch the entire match, but I found the highlights that AEW put up. And they do a spot.
Who does a spot?
Pac and Ishii.
Okay,
We
well,
just talked about that.
Yeah, we did off the air.
Okay, so Pac and Ishii were wrestling. This is on the October 25th episode of Collision. And I'm pretty sure this is where it happened because the spot begins with Ishii just absolutely chopping the heck out of him with his right arm. Seems totally fine. He gets whipped into the buckle, and he comes out of the buckle, and Ishii hits a shoulder tackle. But it's like a flying shoulder tackle, and so he ends up landing on his own right shoulder, and then he grabs his shoulder. And if you watch like all of the clips after that, he's like protecting his shoulder and everything like that. But he still wrestled for like minutes afterwards. He did the giant superplex with the dislocated shoulder. He did the, and you could see like he's grabbing his shoulder for all of the covers and everything like that. So I don't know how long they went after that shoulder tackle, but like I think they did their entire match. So I don't think they went to the finish with that lariat as like something different. Like Pac is hitting him with Germans and tombstones, and I mean that guy's a maniac. It looks like he hurt himself. He did a flying shoulder tackle and landed on his own shoulder and apparently dislocated it. So, holy smokes. It's always something like, it's always something just that you wouldn't expect.
I remember coming home from drinking one night out in, gosh, where were we? I don't know. Nagoya, Japan, somewhere like that. And it's like 1 a.m. I walk in the lobby of the hotel. It's pitch dark. And then all of a sudden, I see two white eyes. And I look over, and it's Ishii. Just sitting by himself, hands on his knees at 2 a.m. in the pitch dark of this hotel. I swear to you.
What was he doing?
Just sitting there by himself.
That's weird. Why didn't he go to bed? Did you talk to him?
Well, yeah. What was I going to say?
Hi, I'm Filthy Tom Lawler,
He
professional
knows who I
wrestler.
am, you doofus.
Okay. Well, you should have talked to him. You should have said, "What's going on, brother? Why are you sitting here alone?"
We don't speak the same language.
I'm sure he can say something. You could say, like, "How are you?"
Yeah, he's going to, me, Big Tom.
Okay, get
You,
out.
Tom.
All right. Ridge Holland feels hung out to dry. 37-year-old was informed last month his contract was not going to be renewed when it expired on November 14th. This comes after he suffered a foot injury. He's expected out of action for 7 months. He wrote on Tuesday, "Never thought I'd not be able to pay my mortgage. Feel like I've been hung out to dry after getting injured working for another company on behalf of WWE. Added that my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and physical therapy, but let's be honest, that's a bare minimum after what we sacrificed for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally effed." And that was his whole post. So he's not happy with how things are going. And he's still got probably 6 months before he can return.
Yeah. Sucks being injured. Not being able to wrestle. Not having somebody pay all your bills.
That is happening to you, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the commentary. Marco Stunt has a new role in wrestling. He is joining Memphis Wrestling as a full-time on-screen performer. Doesn't say if he's going to be wrestling.
They're going to have to lower the camera angle.
Because I thought he largely retired from wrestling. But he is going to be working backstage and also on screen. He is currently a car salesman at Homer Skelton Ford in Mississippi if you want to buy a car and you're in the area. And we'll see what he does. You know who's never wrestled for Memphis Wrestling?
You?
Myself. I would not mind beating his ass one more time if he's got it in him. As long as his idiot father isn't there. That guy. Collision did poorly, as did SmackDown. Collision, 217,000 viewers. And a 0.03. A 0.03. That is 25% lower than a week ago. And it is the lowest rating Collision has ever done, regardless of date or time slot. So when they aired it like 2 in the afternoon those few times, 0.03. They had Game 7 of the World Series as competition, which did 24.8 million viewers and a 5.85 in 18 to 49. Remember when they said nobody watched TV anymore? Then these numbers come along. So,
Dude, I was at my daughter's gymnastics meet on Saturday night while that game was going on, and there were so many people just on their phones, head down, watching that Dodgers,
Toronto
watching
Blue
the
Jays.
Dodgers Toronto Blue Jays game, not watching their own children on the beam and floor exercise and everything else. It was wild. So I believe that thing did some huge number.
Well, it did, as I just noted. So the Saturday game did 24.8 million viewers and a 5.85. The Friday game, which went head-to-head with SmackDown, 17.4 million viewers on Fox alone. That's not counting all of the other platforms. 3.28 in 18 to 49. And, of course, SmackDown was going head-to-head not only with that game, but also Halloween. And so for the first time in history, SmackDown drew under 1 million viewers on the USA Network. 933,000 viewers and a .20 in 18 to 49. The lowest rating the show has ever done on the USA Network. And aside from New Year's Eve 2020, the lowest rating SmackDown has ever done on any network. So it's a bad weekend for WWE because that show did like 4,000. It did a horrible number. But then Monday came along, and they were all sold out again with a wild crowd. So I know Lenny wants to jump on the doom of WWE, but don't be a mark, brother. It was one day. One day. New Japan has announced the teams for the 2025 World Tag League. Hopefully this is better than the Junior Tag League. Are you ready for this?
I mean, sure. I looked at the lineups earlier, so I'm prepared. Lay it on me.
Block A has Goto and Yoshihashi, who won the tournament in 2021, 2022, and 2023.
Bishamon.
Oleg Boltin, or as I like to call him, Boltin Oleg, against Toru Yano. And Toru Yano.
He's facing him and...
No, yeah, well, yeah.
kind of.
Boltin Oleg and Toru Yano are a team. Yota Tsuji and Gabe Kidd.
It is a struggle.
Evil and Don Fale. Taichi and Satoshi Kojima. Desperado and Shuji Ishikawa. Shingo...
Okay, that's the one. That's the one people should be talking about. El Desperado and Shuji Ishikawa.
Yeah.
Do you know who Shuji Ishikawa is? Do you have any clue?
No.
He's like a 6'5", 300-pound indie worker who's a monster. He was, I mean, I say indie worker, but he's been probably been All Japan Triple Crown champion. He is awesome.
Then we've got Shingo and Drilla Maloney, and Yujiro Takahashi and Chase Owens. And then for Block B, we've got Oscar and Yuto Ice, who are the tag team champions. Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa. Monster Sauce, who's Lance Archer and Alex Zane. We got Hiroshi Tanahashi and El Phantasmo. Shota Umino and Yuya Uemura. David Finlay and Hiromu. And Great Khan and Callum Newman and Ren Narita and Sonata.
Okay, Brian.
So hold on a second. Don't the winners get a tag team championship match likely at the Dome?
Yeah, but they do this every year where it's just random. Even though you have a title match coming up, you're still in the thing. Brian,
What I need is Tanahashi working 2 matches at the Dome. Yes.
Shuji Ishikawa, former Triple Crown heavyweight champion, former All Japan World Tag Team champion, winner of the Champions Carnival, 2-time World's Strongest Tag Determination League champion with Suwama. He's a former GHC Openweight Hardcore champion, former DDT KOD Openweight champion, former BJW Deathmatch Heavyweight champion, and Big Japan World Strong Heavyweight champion. This guy rules.
All right.
And him and Desperado are teaming up. Just give him the win right now.
Well,
why not?
Tournament kicks off on November 20th, runs through December 15th. I feel like that's a little bit longer than the junior one, which seemed to be over the course of about 7 days. So, winner of each block faces the runner-up of the other block to advance to the finals. And that's that. You know, I got to say before we go to the break.
No, you don't.
I understand being fans of each company and everything like that. But, this Lenny fella here, he's like the most diehard AEW fan there is.
From Of Mice and Men?
He might actually be. When you write WWE is not hot, stop it, I'm afraid that you've just got no credibility in any of your arguments. I mean, it's okay to not like them, but the idea that they're not hot right now is, I don't even know what to say. We'll be back in a moment. Tom's going to run down NXT, our favorite show, Observer
so hot
Live.
right now.
Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. ChatGPT SmackDown review starring Filthy Tom and Bryan Alvarez.
Welcome back, you miserable wretches, to another disaster of an episode of Figure 4 Daily, the only show on the internet that's guaranteed to make your brain rot faster than watching one of these SmackDown episodes. I'm your host, Filthy Tom Lawler, joined by the man who somehow manages to be more useless than a rubber knife in a prison fight, Bryan Alvarez. What's up, Bryan?
Let's not pretend you're the shining star of this operation. You're like a broken pencil. Pointless. And I don't even know I'm still here with you. Anyway, let's get to this train wreck of a SmackDown. Spoiler alert, if you were expecting a wrestling show, you've come to the wrong place. It was like watching someone fall asleep in real time.
You should know all about falling asleep, Bryan, since you've been half dead for years now. If enthusiasm was an Olympic sport, you would get a participation medal for showing up, but still lose.
I could tell the crowd was hyped for Drew, and Nakamura's music is always a banger, but it was just nothing. It's like watching a 5-minute commercial for a product you don't even want to buy.
And I bet the only thing that was more uninspiring than this match was your entire existence. Let's move on before I fall asleep right here on this microphone.
Tom, you think because you're a former fighter, that makes you a wrestling expert? You'd probably lose in a match with a traffic cone. Look, Jade's a star, but Liv Morgan, she's the human version of a please wait screen.
Liv Morgan is about as useful as a sandbag at a swimming pool party, who's like trying to make a turkey sandwich with no bread.
It's like the crowd went from yay to who's got the remote. Can we change the channel?
Liv Morgan's biggest move is making the audience wish for better things. She's like the human version of a wet sock. Nobody wants it.
I get it, Tom. You don't like fun. You don't like energy. You don't like anything that's not just sitting on your couch in your pajamas complaining.
More of the same.
Oh, we're back to more of the same, huh? Just like your wrestling career. More of the same, but somehow still a disaster.
Well, that's it, folks. SmackDown 2025 was more like SmackDown 2005. Same old stuff, same old disappointments. Join us next time when we tear apart something else for your listening pleasure.
Yeah, next time, Tom, maybe we'll actually have some real wrestling to talk about instead of whatever disaster this was. Until then, just remember, don't listen to Tom and don't watch SmackDown unless you hate yourself.
Whatever. It's your funeral.
What? I've never been so embarrassed doing this show as I was for the last 5 minutes. God. Alrighty. Let's get going here on the NXT television report. Tom, the floor is yours.
All right. NXT from last night from the same place as always. The show opened with Fatal Influence facing the team of the Cullings NXT Women's Champion Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame, along with their partner for the evening, Lola Vice. This was set up last week when Tatum was defending the title against Lola Vice by virtue of a wheel turn and spin. And then Fatal Influence took offense to this, came out, beat everybody up, and we have this match here tonight. The heels got the heat on Lola, who I thought looked great during the opening of the match, kicking, locking submissions on all of Fatal Influence. I thought Fallon Henley looked especially great here as well. At one point during the it was actually during Tatum's comeback, she did the best Connie Basami flying scissor leg takedown.
That actually was awesome.
Yeah, maybe the best one I've ever seen, to be fair. No exaggeration there. No hyperbole. It was that good. Tatum got the hot tag. She also looked phenomenal. Izzy played the straight man of the team and of the Three Stooges on the babyface side. She tried to calm Tatum and Lola for bringing two over the top during the match. And the finish was wild as every woman hit big moves, the waterfall sequence, as we call it in the business. But it ended up much like the end of JC and Tatum's title match from Prescott Valley, Arizona, as Izzy and Tatum were kind of crossed up. JC hit the rolling encore. It nailed Izzy, and this time she picked up the win for her team.
You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I hated this match because that would be a lie. And I thought everybody executed everything. Like, there were no issues with the execution of any of this. But this was one of those matches that felt like 6 women went to the Performance Center, practiced a match move for move, and then went out there and, like, did it twice as fast as they needed to. I mean, I swear to God, when you mentioned the scissor takedown, I'm glad you did, because I can't remember a single thing that happened in this match. It was just a freaking blur of spot, finish.
Lola Vice did a great counter to a hip toss into an armbar.
That was nice. I remember that.
Tatum Paxley did some bizarre suplex that would look like it was 10 times better than her actual finisher. And that's all I remember.
Yeah, so this was, it existed. Like, the fans loved it. It was like, I guess, as Michael Cole would say, it was fun to watch. But, like, there was nothing meaningful in the match whatsoever.
You know what? It was fun to watch.
I can't even remember who won. Who won? JC hit Izzy and pinned her.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
not sure if it's just this week, but it seemed like Lola has replaced Taya Valkyrie as Tatum's outside of the culling friend for Izzy to be jealous over. And maybe rightfully so, because Lola and Tatum kind of walked off together nonchalantly and looked like it left Izzy in the ring after the loss. So backstage, the Americanos were upset that they had to change the normal NXT locker room when Josh Briggs came in, badmouthed El Grande, said, look, you might be able to beat Jasper Troy next week, but I'll take you out no time limit. Comprende? And El Grande laughed at him, said this gringo, made fun of him in Spanish, told Bravo and Rayo that tonight this guy will be his in Spanish. So the gringo did not understand. This was awesome.
I was watching this, and at first I was just like, we got 3 heels facing off against another heel. Like, but then, as it turns out, Los Americanos are all baby faces.
Yeah.
I think they're heels on Raw, but I guess because they're main roster guys and they're entertaining, and Los Americanos are also like baby faces in AAA. I mean, they're heels.
Are they supposed to be?
No, but like
In
everybody
AAA?
loves them. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves them, even the announcers.
So they're baby faces in NXT, and it all worked out because they were baby faces.
Yeah. Kalani Jordan walked up to the Ren QCC backstage, which now consists of, and I am 100% for this, it is now Ren Sinclair, Carmen Petrovic, Tyra May Steele, and Kendall Gray. That's awesome. We've reached a point where we now have more female shooters on the roster than males.
Yeah.
Lola Vice as well, although she's not in there. So we had Kalani making fun of them. She said, watch the monitor, watch what I have to say. She went to the ring, badmouthed everybody. She had some pretty good heat at first, but
it went on too long.
Well, no. The other thing is she paid zero attention to the crowd. She just barreled on through her interview, looking at the camera, talking about them, but not interacting with them at all. They were booing her vociferously at the beginning, and then it turned into apathy at the end. And I think it was mostly because of the way that she did not interact with them. She didn't look at them. She didn't say anything. She stared at the camera, and I'm sure that's what she was told to do. But to me, it was ineffective.
Well, I thought that for a very first heel promo, I thought her delivery was good. Like, she did a good heel delivery, but it just went on and on and on. It was the usual because of you fans speech. But like you said, she didn't actually react to the fans at all. It was like she just rehearsed this for, it's just like one of the matches, like the first match we saw. Rehearse it for a week, go out there and do it on television. This is how much time you have, so make sure you practice it in this amount. And it just, it didn't feel organic in any way. It's still much better, as we'll get to in her match. She's miles better as a heel than she was as a babyface. And I will give her a pass for this first promo because it was the first one. but she definitely, she's got a ways to go as a heel. That's what developmental's for. So,
I mean, I don't think she really has like that far to go if she just would have interacted with the crowd.
Well,
You know
she
what I
needs
mean?
that in her matches and also in her promos to be ready for the main roster.
El Grande, she's going to be a star, so whatever. El Grande Americano defeated Josh Briggs. I thoroughly enjoyed this contest. El Grande was way over. The crowd hated Briggs. Jasper Troy showed up at the crowd, clanking his chain, letting his chain hang low as Americano had things in control. This allowed Briggs to fist him as he jumped off the ropes, and then he beat him down. Eventually, Americano
Can we talk
made a
about Booker
comeback.
T? You can't talk about this match without Booker T. This guy was out of his
Yes,
mind.
he was.
First, he's all into like the Los Americanos. The fans start singing the Ole song. Booker T starts singing the Ole song on the air. He's dying as he's doing it. Vic has to mute his own mic. Then this guy starts talking about how El Grande is like Pancho Villa, a legend. And the fans are chanting. So he's all into El Grande. And then there's a spot where Los Americanos try to interfere.
They jump up on the apron.
And Booker starts going crazy. He's like, what is this referee doing? Why is this not a D? And he's like ranting, and then all of a sudden he realizes, wait, I like these guys. And so then he starts to backtrack. I just want a clean finish. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy. Like this whole show, he was out of his mind.
But you know what was worse is Booker T goes, yeah, he wants a clean finish. And Vic goes, what do you mean? There was no interference. They didn't do anything. Vic, they jumped up on the apron right in front of your freaking eyes. Don't tell me they didn't do anything. You can't run, like, you can't jump up onto part of the field in a baseball game and start waving your hands and doing all this crap.
Hold on a second.
That's interference.
Hold on.
No,
Tom,
no.
Stop it. Listen, in real life, you're correct. But the stupid rule in wrestling is that if you don't touch somebody, it doesn't count. You can be in the ring as long as you don't touch somebody.
That is not the rule.
Now,
the
hold
rule
on.
is that they don't enforce the rule.
Hold on.
That's the issue. That is not the rule.
Hold on. With all of that said, later on in the show, a man grabbed another man and yanked him out of the ring in front of the referee.
Yeah.
That was also not a DQ. Brother, what is with these referees? We're not going to finish.
They never get it. These referees, they don't.
We're not going to finish this report because I'm about to go off here. You see what happened last week?
We never criticized these refs.
See what happened last week when I was accused of just picking on Ava, and how we never said anything about the referees or anything like that? On the very show where you went on and on about how much this referee sucked, now we got another referee that sucks. This referee, let me tell you something. You know who sucked on this show? Not Ava, the referees. Ava actually had a good show, ironically. Not only did she have a good show and a good performance, she had brackets for her tournament. The only GM that can have brackets in the beginning of a show. Ava, of all people. And meanwhile, these referees suck.
Ava put her foot down. She said, I am not going to take this from Bryan Alvarez anymore. You're not going to call me a Netbo baby who does nothing. I am making every damn decision on this show, whether you people like it or not, and it's going to be for the good of the show.
Hey, listen.
She was awesome tonight.
I'm not gonna say any of this is because of us, but let me tell you something. Ava was miles better on this show. They're finally doing something with Javon. I don't think it's like that we changed it, but I kind of feel like, here's what I think, okay? Here's what I think. All right? I once went to a WWE show in like 2002 or 2003, okay? Buddy was working the show. He snuck me into the back as his brother. I wore like a baseball hat and glasses and like a mustache. And like I was backstage for this show, okay? This was during a period where WWE absolutely sucked. The TV sucked. Everybody complained about it all the time. I went back there for the entire show. I ate in catering, like hung out, watched everything. And like from the backstage area, it felt like the hottest promotion on earth. It just felt awesome. And I realized the problem with a lot of these shows is the people that produce the shows don't actually go home and then watch the show. They put the show together. They send people out. The fans are going wild. They hear the people. They see the people freaking out before and after the show trying to meet the wrestlers. It feels like it's hot. They don't actually watch the show. I like to think that when we talk about how much this sucks, sometimes they go, you know what? Maybe we should watch this show. And they realize, golly, we have just absolutely destroyed Javon Evans for the last 18 months. We haven't done jack with this guy. Oh, Ava's character, it is an idiot when you watch it on television. Maybe we should make a change. Because this show, Ava was competent on this show. Now, the referees, absolutely incompetent. And Javon, they had a House of Torture match with Javon. We don't need to get into it. But this guy goes out there with Saquon. And first, it's like an NXT match. It's like, great match, whatever, with these two guys. And then it becomes like an AEW match where, like, every time Javon starts to make a comeback, he gets cut off. Starts to make a cut off. Starts to make a cut off. Starts to make a cut off. Over and over and over again. Goes on for like 20 minutes. And then finally becomes a House of Torture match. All these guys. Oh, they yanked the guy out of the ring right in front of the referee. Like, surprised some guy didn't spit whiskey in the other guy's face or whatever. Then Javon single-handedly takes out every one of these geeks one at a time.
All he did was move.
Yeah, move out of the
He
way of
didn't
this
do
dork.
anything.
Butt guy runs into this thing. This other idiot runs into the thing. Goes in the move, hits his move and wins and leaves a victor. I was like, that's how you do it. What took so long? God. That's the NXT review, everybody. Sorry. Bryan and Vinny's show tomorrow. 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern, live. 45 minutes talking AEW and 45 minutes talking NXT. Till then, we'll be back in a moment. Observer Live. We did, in fact, by popular demand, watch Ready to Rumble.
The champion is some fat loser.
Yeah, he's a completely talentless, no athletic ability, can't wrestle, broke bum that walked out on his wife and kid.
But he was
he's
over.
the world champion.
He
and
was.
in the movie, the
yeah, but
storyline
that's a
is-
microcosm of wrestling, sadly.
Yes.
He feels so bad about drinking this entire slushy that cost $1.26, and he sticks his finger in his asshole and walks up to the clerk.
Lance is dying. How could the movie be so bad?
I'm not going to fault the man for that, of all the things in the movie.
I thought for
okay?
sure you were going to say you'd done this before.
There's a reason I'm not going to fault the man for that.
I just think with all the porta potties and farting in this, that I think Vince McMahon was a secret producer on this film. Had to have been.
So then we get the Shermanator. He's playing a WCW arcade game. He uses some internet sleuthing to find the personal information of Jimmy King.
He's searching the internet. Can find out anything on here. This movie was so antiquated. Every Nitro Girl is in a Nitro Girl outfit, except for this girl. They had her
want
dance
her
in something
to stand
totally
out,
different.
Brian, like the captain.
So we're so stupid. I got it.
Captain
Yes,
Stabbing.
if you're watching this film, you're that stupid. I'm sorry.
But I was also insulted by the fact they hired Michael Buffer to announce the Royal Bash, the fake-ass Royal Bash.
$24 million budget.
Wow.
And probably $500,000 of that went to Michael Buffer. It made 12. You know, we should mention this cage match is the triple-decker Cage of Doom. Everybody buried it. It was horrible. Everybody hated it. And so they decided to make a movie. And what is the final battle? It's another goddamn triple-decker cage match. This would be like in 2010 if like TNA made a movie and the final match was a reverse battle royal.
They throw powder in someone's face, DDP's, I think, or somebody's, and the dude just looks at it and goes, "It doesn't work." It's like, of course, because wrestling's fake and stupid.
Should we just end it there? What a soundbite. There has never been a movie I have watched in my entire life which has made me hate myself more.
Wow.
I'm ashamed that I'm even in the place at 41 years old where I would end up reviewing this movie for money. I would have thought I would have made it out of here by now. You know what I mean? I'm done.
Well, everyone, hopefully we can do this again someday. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Kelly Kincaid. She's the one that accused me of picking on Ava and never saying anything about the referees. Everyone in NXT and AEW and Raw and SmackDown and Impact, they're all targets.
No one's safe.
No one's safe. You should hear what Vinny has to say about Vic. Jiminy Christmas. You think I'm tough? Vinny does not like Vic Joseph.
Who said you were tough?
How dare you? Tougher than Wang. Now listen, it is Wednesday, and we don't have an After Dark. We're going to do a replay today of last week's show, which was awesome, by the way. If you missed last week's After Dark, check it out. Excellent show. But I will be back with a new live show next week with a very special guest talking more about hauntings in my own neck of the woods here in Seattle. So that's going to be a lot of fun next week. But I will also be back tonight for subscribers, Wrestling Observer Radio with Dave Meltzer. We'll be talking AEW, NXT, all of the news. I'll be back tomorrow for Observer Live, maybe solo. We'll find out who wants to help out, if anybody. And then Friday will be Fun Friday with old Lance Storm. So that's going to be the plan. And what do you got coming up, Tom? Nothing?
Actually, I do. I will be in Charleston, South Carolina in a few weeks for the MLW Times Don Gatto show.
Wow.
Going down. And then on November 20th, that'll take place. And then just 2 days later, Brian, you and I will be at Relentless Pro Wrestling in Spokane, Washington.
Yes, we will. Relentless Pro in Spokane, Washington. We'll talk about this more on our next show. But you should go, everybody. Get your tickets. It's going to be a big show, and Tom and I are going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Back in a moment.
No, we won't.
I'm talking a long moment. Astronomical time for Wrestling Observer Radio tonight. We'll talk to you next time, Wrestling Observer Live.